Happy Sunday. This is Quinny or Quinetha, whatever you call me. And first of all, thank you so much for watching last week. I was pleasantly surprised by the people that viewed. I am gracious that you took the time and gave me so many encouraging and inspiring words. It did not relieve my anxiety for this week, but it did encourage me to keep going. So thank you so much. You know, I had a conversation this week with a friend of mine, and you all tell me if this has ever happened to you, where you share something with someone about something you want to do, and you sort of get that side eye, yeah, okay. Well, that happened to me this week, and it really made me think about all the things in my life that I've ever wanted to do, and how it went from people not knowing what to say to, girl, please, that's never, you got your head in the clouds. So here's the thing. It's okay to want what you want. So I just want to give everybody permission, because someone had to give me permission that was okay. I've gone from being a little kid who was really cute by my 5th grade teacher, who gave me the most ambitious award, to the high school student who wanted to be the Secretary of Education. And so I was on the debate team and did all the right things so that I could go out there and be a good student and a good political leader that I thought I wanted to be at the time, to the college graduate who was out of her mind because she said she wanted to be a millionaire. I stood up in my church and in this small rural town, Young's Island in South Carolina, and said I wanted to be a millionaire. And there was one person in that church, my cousin Albert, who came up to me afterward, who could see the distraught look in my face after I got the awkward silence, and said, you know what, you are going to be a millionaire, and when you do, don't forget me. It changed my life, because I knew he believed in what I said. Now, my family has always been very supportive of me and my dreams, but it was different then as an adult. And I think that happens to a lot of us often. We start with an idea or an idea to change something or to make a difference in the world, but because of either inaction or no reaction to a discouraging reaction, we kind of bury it somewhere and go on with life. So this weekend, you know, on the other side of that fence, I was camping in South Georgia, which I love, by the way. We did the 4-wheelers, the mud, the whole 9 yards. But I was talking to this guy who's about my age and said his whole dream in life is to retire from the mill, work sun up to sundown at the mill, retire with enough money so his kids could go to school, and then he just wanted to fish every day. Like, that's his thing, right? I was blown away. I thought that was the most targeted, clear vision for a life. I'm not mad at him because that's what he wants to do, and he wasn't mad at me because I told him I wanted to travel the whole world, speaking, teaching, and training, and enjoying God's earth. You know, whether it's a thimble or a gulp of one of those big gulp cups, if we go to the same ocean to drink, if I'm satisfied and he's satisfied, it's the same thing. And I would say that to you, that I say to myself. When you're thinking about the vision that you want to get funded or the thing that you've been wanting to do, just because somebody gives you a side eye or just because someone doesn't understand where that vision is coming from doesn't mean that you have to let it go. In fact, I want to challenge you to do 3 things this week. 3 things that I have to do for myself every week, and especially before you come ask me to help you find a grant or some money. Number 1, sit down and get quiet. Get clear. Ask yourself in quiet, like 2 o'clock in the morning quiet, what do you want? And don't be afraid of the first thing that comes in your heart, and then write it down. If it's something that you haven't thought about in 10 years or you haven't thought about since last week, be bold enough to actually write it down on paper. And then second, especially for those of you that are going to write on that piece of paper, I want to be happy. No. Be specific. Write a script. And what I mean by that is write about 10 lines, like put your name and then put what you would say, then put another line and what the other person would say in a situation where you're happy. If what you want to do is just be happy, well, tell me what that looks like. What does it feel like? You know, who would say what that would make you really, really happy? What would be happening to make you really, really happy? That's going to force you to take your mind and your heart to what you really, really want. And once you do that one time, trust me, it's going to come back. I don't care if it's something you forgot when you were 5 years old and when your family told you y'all were too poor to do this, or you were too tall to do that, or you were too light-skinned to do this. You know, where you put it away and hit it somewhere, it'll come back. And then finally, act like you want it. And all I mean by that is, go do something. If you tell me you want to open a daycare or be a personal trainer, and you tell me you hadn't got a certification, then you clearly really don't want that thing, or you're not working on it. So I would challenge you, like I'm challenging me, to act like you want that thing, and then start doing something to do it. Now this week, I promise you I'm not going to make you listen to me every week. So I am going to Memphis on Tuesday to talk to some pastors at these mega churches, and then I'm going to Charleston to hang out with my folks from Young's Island. We have a community foundation. We're going to meet with the Charleston Community Foundation, and then on Friday I'm heading down to Palm Coast to hang with my sunbirds, my snowbirds, not sunbirds, snowbirds. And so I know I'll have a great interview for next week. So listen out. And in the meanwhile, please send me some motivational and inspiring videos or articles, because I can personally use them and I want to be able to share them. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope this is helpful, and I hope that you enjoy learning more about Q. Have a great Sunday. Happy week.